How long you been farming?
Oh, I've been farming since I was a little boy. Since I was 3 or 4 years old, I grew up on a ranch about 40 minutes from here, south, and so 160 acres. I started farming on our own property, and then I started farming with neighbors.
Bruce Michael is an organic farmer based in Hudsonville.
Got quite a bit of garlic this year. We usually plant quite a bit of garlic anyway. I decided to plant probably 3 times that much this year.
At his farm, we learned about soil blocking, a technique that Bruce uses to start seeds.
We make sure that the soil has the same consistency all the way through. You don't want like this corner to be dry and over here to be too wet, because it won't hold in the block either way. If it's too dry in the block, or if it's too wet in the block, you're going to have problems releasing it out of that block. You'll see there's dimples in there. Those dimples make the place for where the seed goes. And you take this, you want to make sure you have enough soil and on a hard surface right here so you don't break through this pan. And you just you press it down and you work it out a little bit. And then you make sure you clean the bottom off.
And why would you use them instead of the flats?
Oh, it's for us it's more efficient. I mean, for us, we can block. She can block something in a much faster time than using those trays over there. So if you don't have to worry about anything releasing them from anywhere, they just sit flat in a bread tray, and all we do is break them apart, and we're on our way, instead of messing around with taking them out of that tray like that.
Can we get one of these? Can we get one of these?
He had some good things to say about organic farming.
When I go to the market and if I hear somebody say, "Well, man, you got a lot of holes in your vegetables," and I say, "Well, that's good, that's great." I said, "You should like that." Because what is that telling them? That's telling them that we're not using pesticides or chemicals and whatnot, because on an organic farm you can't. And you're going to have more issues with pests, and we can only control them so much. But I mean, if you have holes in your vegetables, you should be happy, because that means you're not putting chemicals in your body.
And he gave us a mini history lesson and had some words of empowerment.
I asked if you wanted to speak on the plight of the black farmer and what your hopes are for the future in that situation and black land loss.
But there was a time where black farmers owned 15, 20 million acres of land, and here and there it just got stripped away from them. And so when they were brought from the Ivory Coast and different places in Africa, that was the reason they were brought from there, is because they were already good farmers. They were brought over here for that purpose, because they knew how to farm to begin with, and they knew how to labor on land like this, and so they make the best workers. Nowadays, you can barely see anybody that looks like me that's a farmer. If I wasn't visible and people didn't see me doing this, then they'll still believe that it doesn't exist. That's why it's important for me to be out there, be visible, be a visible black farmer per se, because black farmers matter. A lot of letdowns, but no time for giving up, guys. No time for giving up. And so I've faced it already with this place, but I'm not giving up.